Welcome students to today's lesson. Our topic for today is winding up of a company voluntary by the creditors. Now let's see what is creditors voluntary winding up. Now we know that the company is supposed to make the statutory declaration of their solvency. In case they are not able to do so, it is said that the winding up is done by the creditors of the company. So, the provisions for the creditors voluntary winding up are similar to those in members voluntary winding up, except that in this case the creditors are the ones who will appoint the liquidator, fix his remuneration and also conduct the winding up. Now, let us see the provisions of creditors voluntary winding up. First one is meeting of the creditors under section 306. Now, where the declaration of solvency is not made by the directors, the company will call a meeting of the creditors of the company on the day or the next following day on which the resolution of voluntary winding up is to be proposed. And the notice of meeting of creditors shall be advertised in the official gazette or once at least in 2 newspapers circulating in the district where the registered office of the company is situated. The board of directors will lay before the meeting of the creditors a full statement of position of company's affairs together with the list of creditors and also the estimated amount of the claims. Now, under section 306 of 2013 Companies Act, it says that company cannot be wound up voluntarily unless 2/3 in value of creditors of the company are in favor of that. Now, let us see the next provision, which is notice to registrar, section 306. The company will also have to give notice of such resolution passed at the creditors meeting to the registrar within the 10 days of its passing. So, if the company fails to do so, the company fails to send the notice within the prescribed period, the registrar of the company itself, every officer of the company and also the liquidator will be punishable with the fine, which may extend to rupees 50,000 to 2 lakh for every day during which the default continues. Now, next provision is appointment of liquidator under section 310. The creditors and the company will also have to appoint the liquidator for its closing. If the different persons will be nominated, the person nominated by the creditors will be the liquidator, and where no person is nominated by the creditors, then the person nominated by company shall be the liquidator. Next is committee of inspection under section 315. The creditors at the meeting, they will also have to appoint the committee of inspection consisting of not more than 5 persons. Now, such committee if appointed by the creditors, then the company also have to appoint a meeting where the number of persons shall not exceed 5 and that will be acting as members of the committee. Now, the creditors may resolve that the person appointed by the company shall not be the members of committee of inspection. In case tribunal otherwise directs, they can do so. The next provision is liquidator's remuneration. Now, the remuneration of the liquidator will also be fixed by this committee of inspection. Our creditors will fix the remuneration only in case where there is no committee of inspection. Otherwise, tribunal also can fix the remuneration of the liquidator, and this fixed remuneration cannot be increased in any circumstances. Now, next provision is power of board to seize. Now, once the liquidator is appointed, the board power will cease to function when the liquidator is appointed. Okay, so the board may also act insofar as the committee of inspection only if it is sanctioned by the creditors in general meeting of the company. Next is vacancy in office of liquidator. It is under section 311. The creditors in general meeting may fill up any vacancy caused in office of the liquidator other than the liquidator appointed by or by the direction of the tribunal. Next provision is meeting at the end of each year under section 316. Now, where the winding up continues for more than the year, the liquidator will have to call a general meeting of the company and also quarterly meeting of the creditors, and the liquidator will have to lay before the meeting an account of his acts and dealing of the conduct of the winding up of the company. The objective to conduct this meeting is to give regular information to the creditors and the shareholders, and if in case the liquidator fails to comply with the provisions, he is liable to be fined up to rupees 10 lakh in respect of each failure. And the last provision is final meeting and dissolution under section 318. So, when the affairs of the company are wound up, the liquidator will have to perform certain duties, one of which is making up the accounts of winding up. In these accounts, the liquidator will show how winding up has been conducted and property of the company has been disposed of. And also a liquidator shall call a general meeting of a company and also the meeting of creditors for the purpose of laying the accounts before the meeting, and such meeting shall be advertised in the official gazette and also in newspaper which is circulating in the district where the registered office of the company is issued. Within 1 week after the meeting, the liquidator will have to send these documents to the registrar. These documents include the copy of accounts and a return which will be registered, and thereafter the procedure is same as in the members voluntary winding up. Thank you very much for watching.